Hey BC, what's going on? Got my RAF t-shirt on. My punk rock band, we finally got t-shirts. I just want to talk a little bit. I'm playing at this festival this weekend, the Under the Radar Festival 2015. This is the second annual year. Roger Coleman, if you happen to see this, I am really sorry that you didn't get chosen. I was not able to be part of that process. It's a success already. We already know it's going to happen again next year. I will encourage you, if you're interested, to apply again next year. I'm playing twice. I did my solo set last night. I'm hoping that there is either some video or pictures from it taken. I'm kind of still overwhelmed at the response from the audience. I played on a program of 5 performances and I was last. In the old days, well, it's still supposed to be an honor. When you're the headliner or you're last, that's supposedly a position of respect. And over the years, it's become less so because people come to see the band they want to see and then they leave. And I've been to many a show where the last band playing is playing to an empty room. So I was fully ready for that last night. Everyone stayed. I'm still blown away, at my how people see me. To be honest with you, it's like this is again the Under the Radar Festival is international. Quite a few musicians are here from out of town who have heard about me, and a bunch of people came to see me, and I'm just sharing this because it's wonderful. It's a gift. It's one of the reasons why I play. It's one of the things that makes it still interesting to do at my age. So if there's any footage, I'll be sure and share that with you. But something else happened that I want to share, which is related to social issues, which I'm talking about a lot, and I will continue to talk about because it's important to do. The main organizer of the Under the Radar Festival is a classically trained PhD composer, musician, Amanda DeBoer Bartlett. I give you that background because credentials do matter to everyone. People want to know, are you qualified? Woman is amazing, has an international reputation for opera and the avant-garde. She organized the event in Prime. Her husband, Tom, also her helper, we had a great conversation last night. Tom and I work with Amanda. I'm getting to know her husband better, but I want to share the gist of this conversation because it's what we're up against in order to make progress. Tom is a young, blonde-haired, great-looking white guy. He's probably older than he looks. Amanda is in her 30s, so Tom is in his 30s. He looks like he's in his 20s. Anyway, he's young, blonde and white, and so the world is his. We're talking, and then he mentions that he sees my posts and he reads them, And I was just, sharing with him, I bet you that some of the stuff I say is hard for you to fathom, and he says it is, And so I said, well, let me try to put it into perspective for you. I'm always looking for ways to try to make this more understandable to people who don't have the experience that I or other dark-skinned people do. And I'm saying dark-skinned now because a couple of my Indian friends have informed me that people from India, Native Americans, and other people with dark skin go through this shit too. It's not just black people. But I asked Tom, I said, Tom, are you aware that the American dream is for you? That this so-called American dream of prosperity and reaching the top of the mountain of success, that's available to you. Do you see it that way? He said, absolutely. Absolutely. Ever since I was a child, yeah. the American dream. I can achieve anything I want. I said to Tom, see if you can imagine being someone with my complexion who was not only told in words but in action since the time of being a small child that the American dream is not meant for you, that you'll never have it. You can never have what a white person has. Even if you have the stuff, you don't have that position. Can you understand that? And he was honest and said no, but boy, did his face drop, because it's like it had never occurred to him, that thought. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the middle of the salad bowl or the cookie jar, well, all you know is the goodness, And I said, so this is the obstacle that different groups of people are up against, especially because the long-standing ruling class of the world has been quote-unquote white. So this gulf between what is available to someone with fair skin versus someone with dark skin is a huge gulf. Huge. And I went on to explain to him, ask him some other things about so I asked him, so the mainstream media, the way that they focus on minutia as opposed to real issues. For example, with all of the racial tension going on in America, the big story has been the lowering of the flag in South Carolina. Like that really means anything. It's just a symbol. It doesn't, and I asked him, do you think, can you see where the media continually portray a biased point of view and that it is favorable to the ruling class? And he said, well, yes, but I don't see it like that so much. I see it more like, they have to make money and they only have time for the most hot stories. And I said, yeah, I can see how that looks like that to you, and that's probably partially what's going on. But manipulation of public thinking is also going on. And I brought up something that illustrated it. We kept talking about social issues, and I brought up the Black Panthers, I said, you know who the Black Panthers are? And he said, yeah. I said, well, I was a member, I was talking about my job and how CIA have been involved in disinformation and COINTELPRO to smear campaign people. Black Panthers were one of those groups. I went through it, There's a Library of Congress file on me, because of the FBI. And what I was trying to get at is so much. I just got scattered. But what I was trying to share with Tom is how the campaign of disinformation that was launched decades ago, where the whole conspiracy theory response to everything has grown from, it was a ploy, by, again, our government. I was sharing with him, about the Black Panthers, and then he said to me, well, I always thought that the Black Panthers were black supremacists and hated whites and stuff. And I said, and where did you hear that information? And he said, I don't know. I said, and you believed it. And here I am, was actually a member of the group. The group was originally about disseminating information about legal rights for people of color. There was a radical contingent there, but the FBI took a few cartoons and a few of the more radical angry voices and blew it out of proportion like they always do, so that to trump up their side of things so they can justify their bad ways. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here is, at every opportunity I have, I'm talking to people and attempting to be a part of an awakening or just a better understanding, because hate is ignorant and stupid. Distrust of people just because they look different from you, looking down on the people just because they have customs different from you is stupid. It's wrong. And every time I talk to people, or every time something happens related to this, the one thing that becomes clearer and clearer to me: hate and ignorance and negative behavior are born out of stupidity and blindness. And so I just dedicate a lot of my time to trying to dispel that. I am a human being. I am not inferior. I'm not superior. Maybe I am, but it's beside the point. What's important is for us to figure out how to get along, stop killing each other, stop feeding into the hands of the ruling class, who benefit from our misery. They benefit and profit from the prisons and from the bullets and the military equipment and all the unrest in the world. People are profiting from it. If these people really had good hearts, they'd be down there trying to clear this stuff up. But no, they fan the fires. It's very obvious to me, to someone who, like I said, is sitting in the middle of the cookie jar, namely a white privileged person. They can't see it, but you need to see it. And I'm going to keep trying to point it out to you, to people, so that we can move forward, so that we can have a future for our kids. I hope that made sense. It's so important for me to say these things, and I hope some of you I know will watch, and others are gone. I didn't show any records, they're gone. I want to add one more thing. So I did that tribute to Yes, and it's gotten like 8,000 hits. Most people really like it. Finally, I had to delete some comments. I delete them because the first thing people want to do is go look at the negative comments, which I feel is like part of the problem. We have this knee-jerk response to want to see the blood and the gore at the accident. Just know that someone said something really stupid, and that's what I have to say. Whenever people try to get snarky and say something that they think is either clever, this comment was there was a racist undertone. Okay, real obvious to me, because I'm not stupid. You can get away with these things because a lot of people are not very discerning, and that's not a put down, it's a fact. There's a lot of people that don't know how to think. There are a lot of people who just react. They don't think things through, and they just follow whatever is being shoved at them by the mainstream media. So we have a lot of walking idiots who are easily persuaded, whatever, by idiotic behavior. I see right through it. I'm just sharing, that I delete these comments, but it is very clear to me that there are no redeeming values to disliking people who are different, or trying to come along and put someone down, trying to find a clever way of being funny, putting someone down in a clever way. I'm on to you, I can see right through it, The comment on the Yes thing, since I know some of you want to know, was I said that I don't like tales of topographic oceans. Some people just really want to have issue with the fact that someone disagrees with them. And this person had the nerve to say, oh, he probably didn't like it because it was longer than 4. It was 20 minutes long and it didn't have any rap in it. That's just an idiotic thing to say, right? That's just a really stupid, childish, immature thing to say, right? The only person that's going to be impressed by that is another dummy. I'm using these words not in a negative, nasty way to put down, but to just say in a very clearly, plain, everyday way that you can understand that some behavior, it's like behavior that you try to teach your children to stop doing, right? Parents, we have parents here, right? If you see your child doing something stupid or dangerous, you try to correct them, right? That's what I'm doing. Stupid, hateful, snarky comments are not okay. I'm calling them out every time they happen to me. And I'm just saying, the people doing it appear to lack self-awareness and intelligence. And that we need better than that, okay? We need better than that. Another thing, notice that when stupid people don't get what they want, or when they get frustrated, what's the next thing they do? They resort to violence. It takes some intelligence to move beyond violence, okay? And we just have a lot of stupidity. Isn't it interesting that a lot of that violence is aimed at me because those stupid people think I'm stupid, but here I am attempting to be part of the solution in an intelligent way.